All right, it's a new semester. You know, that ultimate clean slate, a chance to really get your study habits down and nail those tough subjects. But what if you didn't have to tackle it all on your own? Today, we're going to dig into how a new kind of tool, Gemini AI, is basically designed to be your ultimate learning companion.
Oh, we have all been there. You know the feeling, the pressure of exams, that mountain of reading, or, my personal favorite, that blinking cursor on a blank page when an essay is due, like tomorrow. It's the classic student struggle, right? But here's the thing. The goal isn't just to survive it. It's to actually get the material on a much deeper level. And that is the fundamental shift here. We're talking about reframing AI. It's not some shortcut to just get the answer. Nope. Think of it as a collaborative partner, a learning companion that was actually built with educators to help you think critically and really grasp the why and the how behind everything. All right, so let's start at the beginning of this whole student journey, tackling those brand new, sometimes kind of scary topics you get in the first few weeks of a class. I mean, this is where going from total confusion to real clarity is, well, it's everything. So what's the secret here? Well, it turns out the quality of your learning often comes down to the quality of your questions. Instead of just, passively searching for a quick fact, the whole idea is to get into a conversation that forces you to really think through the logic of a subject. And this comparison really nails that shift in thinking. On one side, you're basically just asking for the final product. But on the other, you're asking for the process. So instead of, hey, what's the answer? You're asking, can you walk me through this step by step? See the difference? That second one forces you to engage, to test your own understanding as you go. And that's how the information actually sticks. And it gets even more personal than that. You're not just limited to asking abstract questions. You can literally upload a photo of your own handwritten notes or a PDF of a textbook chapter and then ask it to summarize the key points for you. You can even interact with those super complex diagrams, clicking on different parts of a cell to get explanations. It's all about learning within your own context. Okay, so let's move on to the next stage because this is where it all starts to build, the actual process of creating your assignments. We're going from just understanding concepts to really applying them, whether that's in an essay, a presentation, or even a coding project. So to help you with that, there's this feature called Canvas. The best way to think about it is like your own interactive workspace. It's a place where you can collaborate with the AI to brainstorm, draft, and just keep refining your work until it's totally polished and ready to go. Seriously, think of this thing as your 24/7 coach. You can start by just dumping all your jumbled thoughts and having it organize them into a structured essay outline. Okay, great. Now what? Well, with just a simple prompt, you can turn that outline into a whole slide deck for a presentation. But it goes way beyond essays. It can help you hunt down that super frustrating bug in your computer science code. Or, and this is clutch, give your final draft one last super thorough proofread for grammar right before you hit submit.
All right, now for the main event, exam season. Dun, 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 dun. This is where preparation becomes absolutely critical, right? The whole goal is to make your study sessions as interactive, personal, and, let's be honest, as efficient as you possibly can. So what's the best raw material for studying? It's the stuff you've already made, your own lecture notes. But the real power here isn't just rereading them over and over. It's about turning that passive text into active, custom-made review tools that are built from your own understanding. And it's really as simple as giving a command just like this one. You just paste in your notes and ask it to generate a whole bunch of different study aids from that one source. So you're not just passively reading anymore. You're actually creating new ways to engage with the material. So boom, you can instantly get a custom quiz. And we all know that active recall is way better for your memory than just reading. Or you can get a set of flashcards for some quick review. But what's really cool and kind of innovative are these podcast-style audio summaries. I mean, it turns your notes into a short conversational podcast. That is perfect if you're an auditory learner or if you just want to study while you're walking to class or hitting the gym. And for any high school students out there, this is huge. Through a partnership with the Princeton Review, there are now full-length, totally free practice tests for the digital SAT and the JEE main built right in. And when you're done, it doesn't just spit out a score. No, it breaks down your performance and pinpoints exactly where you need to focus your energy. Of course, the whole student journey doesn't just stop at graduation, right? So let's look at that final, really important piece of the puzzle, making that transition from campus to career and, setting yourself up for success out there in the job market. And check this out. It's basically a clear 3-step playbook for landing that first big role. First step, upload your resume and a job description. It'll help you tailor it with stronger verbs and find any keywords you're missing. Step 2, use Gemini Live for a mock interview. You can actually rehearse your answers out loud and get real-time feedback. And finally, step 3, you can use an integrated tool called Nano Banana to generate a really polished professional-grade headshot for all your profiles. So when you step back and look at all of this, what's the common thread? It is not about replacing the hard work. It's about enhancing it. The whole goal is to use these amazing tools to push yourself to think more critically, organize your thoughts more clearly, and in the end, learn the material on a much deeper level. And all of that leaves us with one final and pretty exciting thought. When you have a partner that can help you break down pretty much any subject, organize any project, and prep for any challenge, the only real question left is, what are you going to learn next?